I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah. One day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the grind, you know, man. We're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. In addiction to the fact that we're winning, still we lack something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. Oh, yeah. That's a mission. Yeah. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah. Sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah. Ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right. I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah. I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
and gentlemen, welcome back to the NEXXTCAR Racing League here on iRacing. Tonight, the NEXXTCAR Truck Series is heading to Phoenix International Raceway, the 2008 version. That is right, we are throwing it back a decade, heading back here for the 2008 version here tonight. So that means that front stretch is back where it used to be. The start-finish line is back where it used to be. The pit stalls are back where it used to be. And they cannot cut that dogleg because now the grass is back where it used to be as well. So these drivers have a lot of things that they are not able to, that they're going to have to adjust to, that they weren't able to use. You know, like I said, that dog leg, they're not going to be able to cut that dog leg like they're so used to seeing everybody do. We're throwing it back to 2008, like I said. So these drivers, they have had to practice a lot here this week. And because of a lot of the practicing that we have done, it has led to a lot of changes that we have made for this week. Tires, that is a big concern on a lot of these drivers' minds. Usually, we only authorize 5 sets of tires. But because we are throwing it back to the Legacy here with the fixed setup, we're only able to use a 2021 setup for these guys. So that means that this track is not set up for that setup, and that was absolutely destroying the tires throughout the practices all week long. So that is definitely something that these drivers brought to us. We went and tested it out, and it was most definitely destroying those tires. So we upped them up to 9 sets of tires tonight. So these drivers are going to have a little extra sets of tires to have to their advantage tonight. But let's get your time up and let's see who is currently leading the way here at Phoenix. Let's get your tower up right now. Toby Kelsey leading the way. You got Peyton Tulik in second. Jeff Tetra, one of the rookies here, making his debut in NEXXTCAR third. You got Dunford and Don Francesco fourth and fifth. Those two absolutely put on a show last week at Auto Club along with our race winner Andrew Bolander, but those two absolutely put on one heck of a show, and they are back running side by side here in practice here at Phoenix. And then you got Wright, Jonathan Wright, that is jumping up there, making his presence felt here in the top 5, running in that 04 the Tide machine. So these drivers, we got a lot of new guys out here tonight. You can see so far 19 drivers have put down a practice lap. You got JD Larson down there in 19th, but hey, JD Larson, the man on a mission, led the first 18 laps at Daytona the first race of the season. Led the first 18, absolutely looked like he was dominating that race until that first caution came out, then he fell off. Last week at Auto Club, the man came out with a top 5 finish. Only 5 drivers finished on the lead lap last week, and he was one of the lucky ones. So he is definitely showing these guys as he's going to go around there. But yeah, he is definitely put on a show here. JD Larson, that is, right now sitting 19th in practice. But that does not mean a thing for that car because he definitely knows how to get it done. It's going to be interesting if he can carry the momentum from last week, that top 5 like we were just talking about. If JD can carry that into this week. Here at Phoenix, I don't know what to expect, honestly. This is a throwback. 2008, we've already said it. This track is definitely full of a lot of detail, and these drivers are going to have their absolute hands full tonight. As you see, Peyton Tulik out here in that number 17 Chevy Silverado, that Tennessee Volunteers truck. Man, what a game that was. A lot of Tennessee fans in this league, and they are coming out swinging hot today out west here. Tennessee with a big upset over Alabama on Saturday. I'll tell you what, I absolutely love to see Alabama lose. I don't care who it's to. I'm not a Tennessee fan, but I sure was on Saturday. It was absolutely amazing to see Alabama go down. Now, I know a lot of Alabama fans hate on my team as well, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Everybody does, but you know, it's just a big rivalry we got when you're one of the top 4 teams in the nation year after year. Everybody loves to see when that other team goes down. So to see Alabama fall, that was absolutely amazing. But these drivers have 2 minutes left here in practice. As you see, Jeff Tetra now actually putting down the same exact lap time as Toby Kelsey, your current leader here in practice. Oh, and Tennessee's going to run into the back of the 25. That was not pretty. Get it out of your system now, guys. Get it out of here before we move on to the race, because hopefully the race will be another product of what we saw at Auto Club. Absolutely amazing racing. If you guys have not seen that race, make sure you head on over there, check it out, because these drivers definitely put on one heck of a show last week at Auto Club. The top 3 drivers, Bolander, Dunford, and Don Francesco, put on one heck of a show, all the way from the drop of the green flag all the way to the checkered. Those 3 drivers were basically bumper to bumper, side by side, all race long, and they put on one heck of a show. Obviously, Andrew Bolander coming away with your race win there, but that was not the story of it all. He ended up finishing there with, I think, a 2 or 3 second lead, and that did not tell the whole story, because those guys were absolutely putting on a show at Auto Club. If you guys have not seen that race, make sure you head on over there. Check it out. Especially the last 20 laps were absolutely amazing. After the green flag pit stops, I highly suggest you guys checking out that finish. If you don't watch the whole race was full of action, non-stop from the green flag to the checkered. But those last 20 laps were absolutely fantastic, as these guys now have just 20 seconds to put down a lap. As you can see, Nick Trudeau making his debut. He's going to put down the 11th fastest lap so far. But these drivers have got their hands full tonight here at Phoenix. But 10 seconds left until these drivers go to qualifying. Now, qualifying, you got 5 minutes. It's a 10-minute session, but the first 5 minutes are dedicated to qualifying. The second 5 minutes are your drivers' meeting. So that's where we jump in. We talk to the drivers, see what all they got going on, see what kind of concerns they got. And yeah, so these drivers have got 5 minutes to try to put down a great qualifying lap. You can see it is now transferred over to qualifying. So with that being said, let's bring up your race information here for Phoenix International Raceway. Like we said, we're throwing it back to 2008, baby. We're going back a whole decade here for week number 3 of the NEXXTCAR Racing League. 74 degrees air temperature, but that track temp is 126 degrees. This track is very hot. These drivers are going to be sliding everywhere. They're going to be searching for grip. They're going to be fighting that truck sideways out of these turns. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in for one heck of a race here tonight if that track temp stays as hot as it is. Like I said, these drivers have got 9 sets of tires tonight to deal with around this 1 mile track. 200 laps here tonight around Phoenix. So these drivers, they better buckle in. They better hope they got that water next to them, because they have got a long race ahead of them here. The West Coast Swing 200 Part 2 presented by W Energy here tonight at Phoenix International Raceway. Like we've said multiple times, this is the 2008 version, so these drivers are not going to have that dog leg. They cannot cut it. These drivers, pit road back on the normal front stretch that it used to be. The start-finish line back where it used to be as well. So a lot of cool variables going back into this, so these drivers are going to have their hands full, especially when it going through the dog leg. Like we've said, they cannot cut it, but it's still there, and it's going to be very treacherous for these drivers here. So these drivers are definitely going to be up for one heck of a show here tonight. But so far, 8 drivers have put down a qualifying lap here. Let's get them up here. No shock at all as we see Dunford and Kelsey up at the top. Matt Tucker in 3rd. Then you've got Robert Hissong in 4th, and Peyton Tulik wrapping up your top 5. Hissong, that's going to be a new name for you guys here tonight. He's also making his debut this season. Then you got Thomas Babcock. Babcock, who started 2nd last week at Auto Club on the outside of the front row. Well, he didn't have the best of racing either last week, and he definitely was hurting. No doubt about it. But let's go ahead. Let's put this away for a second, and let's bring up your point standings here. Matthew Erickson, he got the win at Daytona. He continues to lead the point standings here tonight, with Nicholas Don Francesco right behind him by 4 points. Zachary Brooks in 3rd. Koolhauer 4th. Dustin Sloanacker 5th. J.D. Larson, John Turner, all tied with Sloanacker for 5th. Then you got Jeff Taylor down there in 8th. And Michael Hill and Christopher Thomas tied for ninth, wrapping out your top 10. Then you can see everybody else in the right-hand column, 11th to 26th. Right now, those standings are only showing 26 drivers, but tonight, after tonight, we're going to be up in the 30s. This league has absolutely rocketed to the top here, and we are at 34 Truck Series drivers signed up here tonight. Absolutely amazing. Never would have thought when we made the switch to iRacing that we would be looking at that many guys, but it is absolutely awesome to see these guys out here. But right now, Dunford and Kelsey still leading the way, and Tetro makes his way up to second. So Tetro now splitting the gap there. So now he's going to be starting in the outside of the front row. Dunford put down a 28.40. Tetra put down a 28.45. Kelsey, 28.46. So every single one of these drivers, so close right now. Let's get their best lap time up so you can see it right there. 28.396, 28.446, and 28.464. And then Tucker and the rest of the field, they're not far off either, really. So these drivers still have just over a minute, or just under a minute rather, to put down a lap here. Qualifying is going to be important tonight because here at the Old Phoenix, the 2008 version, it can be very hard to pass. And so these drivers are going to have to put down some good laps, and they better do so because, like we just said, it's hard to pass here. So these drivers are going to have to rely on good qualifying. You see David Chandler in 7th, Peyton Tulik in 8th, Nick Trudeau in his debut in 9th, and Don Francisco, the other second D last week in that battle, the DBD show, he's going to wrap up your top 10. Right now, Thomas back in 19th, but these drivers, the time is ticking down. Qualifying is over. They still have 5 minutes left in this session, but that is dedicated to your drivers meeting here tonight. So without further ado, let's get this drivers meeting started. That way these drivers can go and do whatever they need to do here before this race starts. But let's jump in here and let's get your drivers meeting started. What's going on, everybody? Can you all hear me?
Gotcha, man. Yeah.
No.
Who are you?
All right, fellas. I know I've mentioned it a couple times, so have other people. First things first, make sure in your black box you're changing your radio to all teams, so when I do interviews, y'all can hear me. All right, high visibility tonight. We got our first race with a full-time race control, so that is absolutely huge. Everyone, welcome Camden in. He is going to be your race control for both Truck and Cup, making his debut tonight, so he should be in this chat with you guys. So if y'all got anything, make sure you're taking it to him, and he will look into it, and he will do what he sees fit. Second, I know a bunch of us were practicing this week. We realized that the setups and everything were causing tires to have severe degradation. So tonight, and tonight only, don't get used to it, but you're going to have 9 sets of tires here tonight for these 200 laps. Damage still 25x. And yeah, it's the 2008 version, so don't get used to cutting that dog leg because it ain't available to you guys tonight. You got grass down there. Just one quick repair as well. Anyone got anything?
Yeah, I'd just like to shout out my sponsor, Bud Light Platinum.
There it is. Any other alcohol? I mean, any other drivers have anything?
Wish you guys all the best tonight. Have a good race.
Absolutely. Let's put on a show. Y'all did it last week. I definitely have faith in you guys. You can do it 2 weeks in a row.
We're racing, boys.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.
But if no one else has anything for me, good luck, everybody, and I will be back in here in a minute to do some pre-race interviews with you guys. All right, so there is your drivers meeting here tonight. Like we said, 9 sets of tires for these drivers tonight. As we saw that during practice, it was absolutely atrocious for these guys with the tires. The setup, we're only able to do the 2021 setup on these trucks. So that is why these guys were chewing up them tires as much as they were. And it was absolutely, you could only get about 20, 25 laps on a set of tires. And then you were basically spinning it off these turns. So to keep the racing going and everything, we decided let's bump up the sets of tires. We know usually it's just 5 sets and then the Cup Series gets 6. But tonight we figured let's bump it up to 9. That way no one has to really worry about, oh man, I got to run 50 laps on a set of tires. I can come down and I have new sets available to me. But these drivers have about a minute left here until the gridding process starts. So we're going to step away here for a quick 45-second break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back to bring you the start here of Phoenix with your grid. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, let's go. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah. One day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the climb. You know man. We're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. In addiction to the fact that we're winning, still we lack something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. Oh, yeah. If you ask, that's a mission. Yeah. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining.
All right, let's get it. These drivers are starting to grid up. So let's head down there and check out your gridding for tonight. Brandon Dunford getting his pull tonight. There we go. Tetro second, Kelsey third, Matt Tucker fourth, Jonathan Wright fifth, Robert Hissong 6th, David Chandler 7th, Peyton Tulik 8th, Nicholas Trudeau 9th, Nicholas Donfrancesco 10th, Stanley Thomas 11th, Robert Babcock 12th, Trenton Branson 13th, Steve Bocock 14th, John Turner 15th, Tyler Isley 16th, Matthew Erickson 17th, and Daniel Menzies 18th, JD Larson 19th, and Christopher Thomas rounding out your top 20. Mitch Diamond in 21st. So 21 drivers here tonight getting ready to take to the track here at Phoenix International Raceway for the 2008 version. These drivers are going to have their hands full. There is no doubt about it here tonight. But Brandon Dunford going to be leading the charge here on the inside line here. Let's see if we can't dial up your race winner last week at Auto Club Speedway. Andrew Bolander, you got me, buddy.
He's not in here, Ron.
Did he not make the race, or is he just not gridded yet?
Not letting him in for some reason.
Yeah, Cat or Kobe can't get inside.
That is weird. Well, Nick, you got me, buddy.
No.
All right, brother. So far to start this season off, it has been the drivers winning in their debut race here on iRacing. How do you feel about your chances here tonight? Can you continue that streak?
Feel pretty good about it. Hoping to have a just decent run. I'm not looking to win, so just take one lap at a time and save some tires, and hopefully we have some long runs. Play some strategy. I think that would be the best race to have. So We'll see what happens. I'm not looking to win. I'm just looking to have a clean race and hopefully get a top 5 out of it.
I hear you, buddy. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Talking to our another guy making his first start here tonight. But right now, the pace car is going to be leading the field through turns 3 and 4 for the final time here under pacing speed. He is going to hand it over to Brandon Dunford. Green flag is going to be in the air here at Phoenix 2008. We are throwing it back a decade. Green flag in the air. Tetro on his outside. He's going to be side by side here heading into turns 1 and 2. Neither one willing to back off here coming out of 2. Here comes the 25 of Matthew Tucker in that brand new W Chevy Silverado as well. They're going to get single file heading into turn number 3. Dunford picking up right where he possibly could have left off last week at Auto Club. He is going to bring the field out of turn number 4 for the first time tonight, and he is going to lead these guys back to the line. Single file through the first part of this field, all the way back to about 11th and 12th are they side by side. That's the 89, the first car, Nicholas Trudeau, in that pink Mountain Dew on the inside of Peyton Tulik in that number 17 Chevy Silverado. They're still side by side, but everyone out in front of them, single file, getting a little loose there for Nick, little tight and loose, but he's going to be able to save it coming out of 4. Now he's got that 48 of Nicholas Donfrancesco, the other Nick, all over his back bumper. Nick, save it, buddy. He's going to save it. Big save come through the dog leg. Let's go ahead and get your tower up here. Lap 3 of 200. So these drivers still got a lot of racing left in this one. And right now they are kind of, Nick's going to find a little gap in there between Peyton and the other Nick. But now he's got an absolute mirror full of that 48 truck behind him. Stanley Thomas in that other 92 Tennessee. Trudeau way up the track. That's going to open up the door for Don Francisco underneath them. And here comes the 92 of Thomas on his inside. Right there through the dog leg. That is going to be a huge issue for a lot of these drivers here tonight. They are not going to be able to get on them rumble strips too hard, or else we saw it in practice. That is going to spin guys out as the 92 and the 89 side by side coming back to the line to start lap number 5 here tonight. Here comes the 99 of Robert Babcock. We were talking about him earlier. He started second at Auto Club. And the 92, big save. Big save by the 92 coming into the tri-oval. We were just talking about, or not the tri-oval, but the dog leg, sorry. We were just talking about how that dog leg is going to be issues for these guys. Well, that just got squirrely there for the 92. He's going to drop a couple positions, but hey, it's better to get sideways, save it, and drop a couple positions than nose it into the wall and have to go fix it. These drivers only have one fast repair tonight, so they're going to have to be careful because 200 laps, buddy, is going to be a long race. But right now, these guys starting to really fall behind here in the back later part of this field. You got Erickson, little ways behind Menzies, and he has got Mitch Diamond, another NEXXTCAR rookie, making his first start of the season, making a move on him for 17th right now in that 65 Chevy Silverado. Passing that big-ass Fans Ford F-150. But back up front, it is Dunford, Tetro, and Tucker. 1, 2, 3. All about a second and a quarter behind the leader. But these drivers still single file here coming to complete lap number 7. For some reason, Bolander and Kelsey not able to make the race, nor Cole Howard. You see their names down there. That's pretty unfortunate that they were not able to make it. I don't know why I wasn't letting them in. That makes absolutely no sense, but it is what it is. And I know Kelsey was really looking forward to making his first start of the season, but it's looking like that might just have to wait another night until the Cup Series here tomorrow. But back up front, Dunford and Tetro. Half a second separating first and second right now around this 1 mile track. Tetro's going to drive it in there pretty deep. He's going to get a big run out of turn 2, though, into that dog leg. Right now, your biggest mover of the race is going to be the number 4 of Mitch, or the number 65, moving up 4 spots, is at number 65 of Mitch Diamond. He's currently running back in that 17th position, did not put down a qualifying lap, but right now finding himself up 4. The next biggest mover, you got a bunch of guys at 2, but right now Tyler Isley in that 13th position in the number 10 Toyota Tundra, finding himself in the 13th position, up 3 since the drop of the green flag. David Chandler, he's having a pretty quiet start to this race so far as they come by to complete 10 laps out of 200. He started 7th. He's up to 6th, so he's gained a position out of this. Nicholas DeFrancesco, he's all over the back bumper of Tennessee looking for another position. He's +2 on the night as well. Started in 10th. He's going to get to the inside of Tennessee as they're going to head down into turns 3 and 4, but he's going to back off a little bit. Let Tennessee figure it out. Let's jump inside that cockpit and see just what he sees heading down this front stretch. Heading down into that dog leg, 130, 940 mile an hour. All over the back bumper of Tennessee. He's going to take it on the inside. He's going to get underneath Tennessee. Side by side through 3 and 4. Down to 108 mile an hour through 3 and 4. Tennessee's going to carry that outside momentum. He's going to clear him once again. But now he is going to have to battle back up there, and that's the 48 of Nicholas DeFrancesco. Tennessee looking like, or not Tennessee, but Peyton Tulik definitely looks like he has got some damage on the right front of that number 17 Chevy, which might be impairing him right now. A lot of damage on the right front of that Chevy Silverado. It's all bunched up. He has made big contact with the wall. You can see the right side of that truck all scuffed up. At some point, Peyton made a little bit of contact with that outside wall, and now he's got a mirror full of that 89 of Trudeau behind him. Now Trudeau gonna make the pass. Tennessee definitely struggling right now. Just limping that 17 truck around till probably our first caution. Hopefully, he's hoping he ain't the first caution, but right now he is limping that Chevy around, trying to wait it out and then come down pit road and get some of this damage fixed. But a lot of damage on that 17 truck. But up front, Dunford continues to lead the way here tonight. 0.57 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Tetro in second in that 87 truck, continuing in that Valvoline to try to run down Dunford. But right now, it is all Dunford leading the way here tonight. Jeff P. Tetro in that number 87 making his debut here tonight. Not sure why none of the information's popping up, but it is what it is. We will move on. But he got a nice little run there through 1 and 2. That's definitely where Tetro is a lot better. And then Dunford is a lot better in 3 and 4. So these drivers definitely better than each other on opposite side of the tracks. But they're going to have to get it figured out. I mean, I know it's only 16 laps in. Come to complete 16 laps this time. But these drivers already starting to exploit each other's weaknesses. And now Tucker has been passed by his song for third. Now he's trying to make that pass right back.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Caution is out for the first time here tonight. It's looking like Tyler Isley may be involved in this one, and major damage on that 10 Toyota Tundra. Big damage. Smoking and everything down that front stretch. Let's back this thing up and see what happened to the number 10 truck. Steve Bocock underneath him in that 12. Little bit of a racing incident, I think. I don't know. And a big shot right there by the 10 off of the pit road wall. Let's back it up here and let's try to slow it down here a little bit. Whoa, hold on. I said slow it down, not speed it up. But yeah, that was a little bit of a racing incident, it looks like right there. Steve's going up as Tyler's coming down. And unfortunately, Tyler just got the short end of the stick on that one. JD Larson, watch out, buddy. And the 5 spins behind him, trying to avoid him. Christopher Thomas didn't see that the first time, but the 5 loses it. He comes around. Let's jump inside that cockpit here and see what he saw. But you can see he has no idea. And then the 10 just appears sitting sideways, hits the brakes hard, downshifts, and spins it and loses it. Man, you hate to see that. But let's jump back up to the live here. And Nicholas Donfrancesco, now your leader after pit cycles. Matthew Erickson being scored second. Christopher Thomas trying to work his way up there. He's not pitting. He's in third. Oh, he's, nope, I thought he was going to go around the field there for a second, but not pitting. I don't know about that call there. There he goes. Now he's coming down pit road. All right. I was going to say, definitely not a fan of that call. I mean, you just nosed it into the pit road wall there, spinning out, trying to avoid him, but definitely didn't like that call if he was going to stay out there. But right now, Nicholas Donfrancesco and Matthew Erickson have yet to pit. So these two drivers are going to be starting on the front row when we go back green. We saw it last week at Auto Club where several guys who stayed out spun those tires on the restarts. So that's definitely going to be something we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight and see if those guys do spin them or if they're able to keep those tires underneath them. But every single guy except for your front 2 have pitted on lap 18 here tonight. Coming to complete lap 20. But while these guys are pacing and everything, we're going to step away here for a quick break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back to bring you the restart.
Caught in the crossfire. Train my luck to know while he's caught in the crossfire. And I'm here waking up to the sun and the sound of birds. Society's anxiety, deprives of all that we're blessed with. We just can't get enough, no.
Alright, let's get it. Lights are off on the pace car as it is going to lead the field through 3 and 4 and bring them back to the Geico restart zone. First caution of the night. Hopefully these guys don't get too crazy with them. I'm sure they won't. But they are going to hand it over to Donfrancesco, leading the leaders back to the green flag. Green flag is going to be back in the air here tonight at Phoenix. Nicholas Donfrancesco, huge restart in that number 48. The field going to try and figure it out back. They're going to be side by side right around Matthew Erickson. He's on those old tires. Same with Donfrancesco. So these guys trying to make short work of these guys. He's going to hold it way up high. I think these guys are figuring out that old tires may not be the way to go here. But hey, now's the time to figure it out on lap 23 rather than lap 100. So, but we also got Tetro. He's going to make a pass for the lead. But Donfrancesco coming right back, and here comes Dunford and Tucker with him. On the inside of Tetro, Donfrancesco. There, I thought the 19 was going to make it 3 wide. They're heading into 3. He may yet. Stuck behind the 48 on old tires. The 87 on fresh tires on his outside. He's going to clear him. Tetro's going to lead his first laps of his iRacing NEXXTCAR career. Side by side. The W Energy car number 25 on the outside of Nick Donfrancesco. Trying to make the pass into the wall through the dog leg. Here comes the 19 of Dunford. The 3's into the wall. Robert Hissong up into the wall. Back into the wall goes that number 3 Chevy Silverado. Major implications for that gear wrench car. He's going to fall all the way back to 10th. Make that now 11th. He has got an absolute mirrorful now, that number 9 of Menzies. But back up front, Tetro. Now a 1.3 second lead over the rest of the field. Dunford and Tucker side by side behind him for second. Tucker down on that apron. He's going to find out if he continues to run that is not the lane to go, because you are going to get sideways if you continue to run that line. But Dunford's going to clear him. Cannon to 25 of Tucker, your Daytona 500 champion this season in the Cup Series, getting it done. You heard him hitting those rumble strips. That's what that rumble sound is. And he is absolutely hitting that twice in a row now. 2 laps in a row. But that 25 of Tucker trying to run down the 19. Then he got a nice little gap all the way back to Jonathan Wright in that 04 tied Ford F-150. Then side by side, Nicholas Don Francisco in the 92 of Thomas, bringing Babcock with them. They're going to pass Don Francisco, and here comes Branson in the 24. He's looking to take advantage and improve his position. Right now, that 3 side by side right now with Mitch Diamond back here for 10th. Diamond's going to take that position. Remember, the 3 got up into that wall several times, but he's going to try a nice crossover move. He's not going to get there. Let's jump on inside that car of his song. You can hear just how long these drivers are out of the gas. It is an absolute parking lot in front of Robert. Coming out of turn number 4. Back to start lap 29 here tonight. Absolute parking lot in front of him. Now he's going to have to deal with Don Francisco on those old tires in the 48 truck. He's going to clear him, but he has got an absolute windshield full of those drivers in front of him. They're going to get it figured out, though, but they were definitely putting up a big battle. But right now, let's talk about that number 92 of Stanley Thomas. What a run he is having. He's had a pretty quiet night so far, +6. Running in that 5th position. Trenton Branson, another guy +6 positions. He's a veteran of NEXXTCAR. He has ran the last 6 seasons with us over on Heat, but he has made that transition to iRacing, and he is making that transition very well, as he is currently running around in that 7th position in that number 24 DuPont Chevy Silverado, trying to run down another veteran of NEXXTCAR. That is Robert Babcock, and here comes the 17 of Peyton Tulik, really throwing it into turn 1. Back up the track he goes. Here comes Mitch Diamond, trying to take his 13th position since the drop of the green flag. And look who's making a comeback. Robert into number 3. Back inside the top 10. Tyler Isley, 1 lap down in that number 10 Toyota Tundra. We saw him involved in that first caution of the night, trying to work his way back up through there. He's the first guy lap down, so if another caution comes out, he will be back on the lead lap with that lucky dog position. But the guy he was involved with is the 12 back here, that number 12 Chevy Silverado. Remember the fallen. That is Steve Bocock, jeez. Steve Bocock in that number 12. He was involved in that first caution as well, but not a whole lot of damage to that number 12, and he was able to continue on his way. But like we said, Tyler Isley definitely got the short end of the stick on that one. But back up front, it is all Tetra. 1.15 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Dunford second, Tucker third, Wright fourth, and Thomas rounding out your top 5 with Robert Babcock 6th, Mitch Diamond 7th, Robert Hassong 8th, Peyton Tulik 9th, and David Chandler is going to make his way up into the top 10 in that Bud Light Platinum Toyota. Absolutely beautiful looking number 1 Toyota Tundra, that is. But he is quietly working his way up. He fell outside the top 10 for quite a bit tonight, but so far he's working his way back up there nicely. -3 from where he started, but he is starting to work his way back up there. But Matt Tucker, we saw him battling quite a bit there for the front 3 positions. He's still holding on to 3rd, but right now he has got a mirror full of that 04 of Jonathan Wright. One of the guys that definitely had a car to beat at Auto Club last week in the Next Gen Cup Series on Monday nights. He definitely had one of those cars to beat, but did not get the finish that Jonathan wanted. But here he is in the Truck Series making his debut, looking to try and overcome that. As you see, Tucker way up the track, opening up the door for the 04. Jonathan is going to make the pass through the dogleg. He's going to clear Matt heading into 3. These drivers racing side by side, bumper to bumper, are doing nothing but allowing the front 2 drivers to pull away. But here comes Dunford. Now, just over half a second behind Tetro in 1st. Let's jump inside the car of, or the truck of Dunford on that gyro cam. As you can see what he's seeing heading into turn number 3. He's gaining a lot right here heading into turn number 3. But then Tetro able to pull away off these corners. So Dunford driving it in deep. Tetro laying back, rolling the corner a lot more and getting the big drive off the turn. You can see just how much longer he's in that throttle and just how much deeper he's driving that turn. But then he's losing it all off the exits. As you can see, Dunford for a split second, just over 0.7 seconds ahead of Dunford in 2nd. But Tetro continuing to lead the way here tonight. There's your battle for the lead right now. 1st and 2nd. 3rd on back. 4.2 seconds behind the leaders. Tucker has fallen back to 4th. Thomas up to 5th. Chandler. And look at who has made their way into the top 10 after starting 9th. Slowly but surely working his way back up in that number Mountain Dew. Nick Trudeau making the pass on that number 22 truck, who is a lap down, and a caution's going to come out. Stanley Thomas, who's running 5th. Major complications out back. The 24 involved. Several drivers involved in this one. It all started when I believe Stanley Thomas got loose coming off of turn number 4, and mayhem followed behind. Let's back it up and let's see what transpired. He's battling for position with Robert Babcock in that Amazon Prime number 99 heading into turn number 3. The 99 just throws it in there, takes out Stanley, and nothing a lot of these drivers could do out back. Big hit for the 22, into the 24, into the 9. Let's back that up, and we are definitely going to be watching from the 24's point of view. That is Trenton Branson. Let's see what all he saw from his point of view. Let's jump inside the cockpit and see what he saw with that GoPro camera attached to the top of his helmet. You can see he sees him stopped up there, gets on the brakes, but the 22 does not. Right into him he goes. Man, the 22 just nowhere really to go. That is the 22 of Jimmy Emos. Major hit. Up and almost flipping. If Trenton Branson didn't hit him, I think he probably would have spun right there. But man, definitely not the start that Stanley Thomas wanted. He was up there in the top 5 for a lot of this race. But right now, he is running around in that 17th position. But pits are open. Here comes everybody. Remember, these drivers have got 9 sets of tires to use tonight. So here comes Robert Babcock. He's going to come down and get the damaged fix. Who else is in with them? Christopher Thomas is obviously in. You got John Turner. He's on pit road as well. The 22 at Emos is on. Tyler Isley coming down to make his pit stop in that, trying to see what the sponsor is from West Mansfield, Ohio. Tyler Isley repping Ohio out here. You love to see it. But there's the guy who started it all in that number 99, Robert Babcock. Coming down, getting his little bit of damage fixed. I don't think these guys are taking a quick repair. At least Robert's not. I know Stanley Thomas is going to, and so is Emos, and I'm sure Trenton Branson is as well. But Tyler Isley coming out now. But Jeff Tetro continuing to lead the way here tonight. Brandon Dunford second, Jonathan Wright up to third, Matt Tucker fourth, and Mitch Diamond plus 16 is going to round out your top 5 right now. Nick Trudeau up there in 6th, Peyton Tulik in 7th, David Chandler in 8th, Daniel Menzies in 9th, and Nicholas Donfrancesco in the number 48, rounding out your top 10. Drivers are going to go back side by side. The lights are off on that pace car, as you can see, leading these guys down the backstretch here. Robert Babcock has spun it under the pace laps. Alright, not sure what happened there, but I wanted to check that out because it came up on my timing screen that we had another crash. But here comes the pace car out of turn number 4, handing it over to Tetro. Waiting for the Geico restart zone. Green flag's going to be back out in the air here tonight. Dunford in the 19 does not get a good start, but the 04 of Jonathan Wright does. Side by side for second. Matt Tucker behind them in third with the 65 of Mitch Diamond behind them. Nick Trudeau in that number 89 trying to work his way up. You can't miss him in that bright pink Mountain Dew as he's going to try and dive it in there underneath the 65. He's not going to be able to get it to stick. But Nick Trudeau continuing to try to work his way up here in that number 89 Chevy Silverado. But he's got a windshield and a mirror full of the 65 in front and the 17 out back of Peyton Tulik, who continues to try to make his way up towards the front in that number 17 Tennessee Volunteers. Don't mind the second caution. It's going to go away. There it goes. Coming to complete lap 45 tonight of 200. So these drivers still have got a lot of racing left in this one. As you see Stanley Thomas back on pit road in that number 92. You absolutely hate to see this for him. You really do. Up there in the top 5, and a mistake by the 99 is going to cost him a lot. And now he's on pit road getting that damage fixed. But right now we have got a great battle brewing between the 19 and the 04 for second. As the 87
yellow.
And the caution's back out. Steve Bocock, something amiss with the 12. And the 5's going to just ARCA break it in there. Takes out the 99. Let's back it up and see just what happened with the 12 here. Wait a minute. It looks like it was ahead of the 12. Yeah, the 99's already crashing. And then the 12 just piles in there. He probably didn't see it with that A-pillar. But the 5 definitely does not see Robert Babcock coming back up trying to get spun around. Let's back it up and let's jump inside that gyro cam of the 12. Yeah, he expects the 99 to hold it up there, but he does not. And here comes the 5 just pile driving it in there. Not expecting the 99 to not hold it down there. Man, that's a hard one to swallow right there. No doubt about it, that's a hard one to swallow. But if you're Tetro, you are loving what you're seeing right now with these cautions. He's absolutely burning the field when it comes to these restarts. So he will take as many restarts as he can right now, because he is getting clear of the rest of the guys, and then they're getting side by side through 1 and 2, which is just slowing them all down. But right now, you have got the 29 taking his wave around. let's jump in here and see what race control's up to.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can't hear you in there, and we got a bunch of black flags getting cleared. We got the
Okay.
92
Yeah, I
that was
don't know
purposely
why.
wrecking people.
Yeah, I joined the server, but
Hey, 92, if you're still in here, you have a duffly.
Yeah, I still got a black flag. I'm going to get disqualified here in a minute. That's 28.
yeah.
I'm a lap,
I'm
I'm a
so
lap
sorry,
down
guys.
because of it.
Okay, so number 28, right?
Yep.
All right, we're going to back out of that. He sounds like he's pretty busy. I was going to check in there and see how everybody's doing and everything, but we're just going to leave him alone here. He definitely has his plate full. So, there's a reason we had to get a full-time race control, because you guys saw at Daytona, it was not possible for me to do it all. But right now, coming to complete lap 50 of 200, a quarter of this race done, and we're already on caution 30. So these guys, I mean, we kind of figured that Phoenix was going to present its challenges tonight, and it sure has. 50 laps, 3 cautions. But Jonathan Tetreault continues to lead the way here as the lights are off on that pace car. Right on the outside. Dunford inside of row number 2. Tucker on his outside. Then you got the 65 back there. Mitch Diamond with Nick Trudeau on his outside. Then you got Peyton Tulik behind them on the inside with David Chandler on the outside. Let's jump back up to the front here. Right now, the 87 continuing to show the way here around Phoenix. We're going to jump inside his truck here, and we are going to see just what he does on this restart. We're going to turn the volume up so you guys can hear exactly him shifting through the gears, him getting on the gas and off the gas. But here we are. Let's see it through his POV as the pace car is going to make that hard left onto pit road.
Green, green, green.
You heard it. Still side by side for the lead. Right. The first one we've been able to see all night. Able to stay side by side with the leader. He's not going to lead that lap, but still side by side battle for the lead right now. Little bit of contact, right's going to go around. Caution's going to fly once again. Side by side battling for the lead is going to lead to the 04 going back into the wall. That was not pretty right there. The 87 definitely slides up right there. I don't know if he got on that apron or what. Yeah, he just overshot it right there. And around goes the 04. From battling for the lead to majorly damage in the wall. Definitely not what you want to see here when you are battling for that lead. But caution is out for the 4th time. His little mistake there by Tetreault is going to lead to some major implications for another driver. All right, we are going to step away here for a second. I got something I need to take care of apparently with the administration. I don't know why he doesn't have rights to everything, but we're going to step away here. You're not going to miss any of the racing, but we will be right back.
sinners and play as saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother caught in the crossfire. While he's caught in the crossfire, and I'm here waking up to the sun and the sound of birds. Society's anxiety deprives of all that we're blessed with. We just can't get enough. No, heaven if you sent us down, so we could build a playground for the sinners who play as saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother who's caught in the crossfire. Trust what I'm given. My faith still needs a gun. Whose ammunition justifies the wrong?
Alright. Hoping that we got some of that taken care of. I don't know why it's not giving our race control admin rights. We are definitely going to have to look into that here as the race goes on.
Hey, Ron. Oh, I was just saving you some time, brother. I absolutely retaliated if you're getting multiple requests about that. I'm just making your decision a little bit easier.
Well, something glitched in the Matrix, and I...
Alright, well, something's definitely going on right now, but... Alright, well, let's get back to the racing here. Alright, pace car, hooking that hard left, back onto pit road, giving way to Tetro and the rest of the field. Green flag is going to be back out in the air. He's got an absolute bumper full of the 25 of Tucker. Tetro is going to clear the rest of the field. Dunford still side by side. Now he's going to clear Tucker with Diamond out back. They're still side by side back here with Nick and David and the 89 and the 1. Still side by side down the front stretch, heading back into turn number 1. The 89 and the 1, neither one willing to back up. Big save by Don Francisco out back on the inside of Trenton Branson. David is going to get loose. Nick having to lock it up, trying to save it. Big save by those two. 3 wide through 3 and 4. Big save by both the 1 and the 89. That was insane. We don't normally do this during live action racing, but we're going to back it up because that was one of the most incredible saves you are going to see all season long by both of these drivers. Coming out of the dogleg, the 1 loose. The 89, both of them, 45-degree angle, side by side, big save, but back to live action. Coming to complete lap 60 of 200. Brandon Dunford going to take the lead over Tetro here, coming down to complete lap 60. Brandon Dunford led several laps here tonight, and now he is back out front. He battled Bolander for the win last week. Well, he came up about 10 laps short on tires, but tonight, hoping to not repeat that, hoping to be able to make it to victory lane. But Trudeau really falling back now after that contact. Traffic jam in front of him with the 24. He's got the 9 of Menzies on his outside as well. Branson's going to hold it up high. A little bit of a shot there from the 9. That's going to push them both past Nick, who's going to have to back it up a little bit and get it clear. He's going to have to recover here, but here comes the 29, who's not for position. The 29 still a couple laps down. That is John Turner. 3 laps down is that number 29. So he's going to get up there and get involved in this one. But Nick really struggling now after the big save and contact from him and David Chandler in that number 1. But back up front to the battle. It's going to be Dunford pulling away. 0.42 seconds over Tetra. 1 second back to Tucker. Diamond just over 2 seconds back. And David Chandler, who you saw just get into the 89, is now up there in the top 5. But Mitch Diamond, plus 17 positions since the drop of the green flag in that number 65 Chevy. That is a heck of a day right there. But you see these guys battling side by side. You saw their names on that tower swapping quite a bit there through 1 and 2. These guys, David and his song, side by side. And here comes Peyton. He wants involved in this one as well. And talk about a recovery. Tyler Isley in the number 10 has worked his way up into the 8th position after the contact with Steve Bocock coming out at turn number 4. Major implications with the 10. He used his 1 quick repair, and he is now back out there in the top 10 running in that 8th position. Side-by-side action going on back there with Jonathan Wright and Nick Trudeau. Jonathan Wright trying to recover after his spin after battling side-by-side. Nick's into the wall. Not surprised. He is absolutely struggling right now after that contact. He's got some right front damage, no doubt about it. And it is really affecting that number 89 Mountain Dew Chevy. But back up front, it is all Dunford and Tetro. Just over a half second separating these guys. But these guys, I mean, they've had a couple cautions tonight, but so far it's been a pretty good race. A lot of recoveries by people. J.D. Larson, he's up to the 14th position, plus 5 where he started the night. So a lot of these guys recovering. Big save there by J.D. He got down on that apron, and that is not where you want to go. Don Francesco losing a couple of positions now as well in that 48. You can see him stuck on that high line. He's got Menzies underneath him for 10th. Here comes the 29, sideways. Big save by the 29. He's 3 laps down, but you got to hand it to Turner as he's going to keep it going straight through 3 and 4. He's going to try and slide up in front of the 89. He's going to make it. But the 89 trying to recover. Here comes that 29, really driving it in deep into turns 1 and 2. But here comes the 89 and Nick Trudeau. He's got a big gap all the way back to Matt Erickson, though, behind him. But it continues to be Dunford leading the way right now here at Phoenix. We've seen this lead change hands several times tonight. So these guys can be leading, but the only one that matters is coming to that checkered flag. We saw it. You can lead as many laps as you want. Does not mean you're going to win. We saw it last week with Dunford. He led a race high 89 laps last week, but did not come away with the victory. But we saw him celebrating at the tri-oval at the start-finish line with Bolander and Don Francesco. That was absolutely amazing to see those guys sitting there. And the sportsmanship between those 3 was absolutely amazing to see. And that is what NEXXTCAR is all about. Yeah, we may have our cautions, we may have our feuds, but when it comes down to it, we're all a family here in NEXXTCAR. And to see those drivers celebrating with each other after the show they put on was it was definitely something to see. Those drivers they put on a show all the way from the drop of the green flag to the checkered flag. And to see them celebrating, the 3 of them, after the amazing battle that they had all race long, was something to see and something to witness. But right now, Dunford, 70 laps out of 200 completed, showing the way here. Tetro, who led several laps in the opening stage of this race, now finds himself just over half a second behind him. We got one guy down on pit road. That's Robert Babcock in that number 99. He's on pit road. Stanley Thomas on pit road getting his damage fixed. Jimmy Emos on pit road as well. And you saw Robert Babcock going by the both of them. But back up front, We've got some good battling going on right around the Menzies. Tyler Isley behind him, and then Jonathan Wright finding himself back up in the thick of things in the 10th position, battling, battling Trent Branson. Trying to work his way back up as you see the 48 of Don Francisco up into that outside wall there through 3 and 4. But Jonathan Wright still stuck on that high line on the outside of Branson behind the 2 teammates, the 9 and the 10. That is Isley and Menzies. Let's go ahead and jump inside that cockpit. He's going to get a big run on that 10. He got such a big run, he had to jump out of the gas coming out of turn number 2 through the dogleg. And Branson going to take full advantage of it. Here comes the 29. He's 3 laps down, but still right in the mix of everything here. Tyler Isley, let's jump inside that 10 truck here and see what he sees coming out of 4. Back to complete 74 laps here. Still stuck on that outside line. The 29 is going to clear him. He's going to try and dive it down in there. Try to prevent Jonathan Wright from being able to get underneath him. He's going to. But now, Trenton Branson's got some company up there with that lapped car. 29. Trying to make his way back up there. Maybe trying to get one of his laps back the hard way. And that is by going up there and battling your leader. But right now, Nick Trudeau continues to struggle right now after that contact and save. He's down 4 positions since the start of this race, back there in the 13th position. So these drivers, the last time he pitted was on lap 40. So these drivers, you can see them slipping and sliding down on those rumble strips. You can hear it. So these tires definitely getting pushed to their limits right now. Mitch Diamond up 18 positions in that 3rd position in that number 65 Chevy. But right now he's got a mirror full of Matt Tucker, who's trying to get up there and try to see what he can do. Try to get himself back up in that podium position. Whoa. Not sure what happened with iRacing right there. Just minimized for a split second. I don't know what's been going on with iRacing. It's getting a little weird. But riding on the nose right now, Matt Tucker in that 4th position in that number 25 W. He's trying to run him down there, but can't really get up there and do anything with him. But these drivers still putting on a heck of a battle. 5.2 seconds behind your leader here for 3rd. And then it's another second back to 5th. Christopher Thomas, we saw him involved in a couple cautions, not of his own doing, but he just ARCA braking, and that's what it does to you. But right now, he is running around in the 17th place. Christopher Thomas in that number 5 Chevy Carhartt Silverado. Trying to run down Nick Trudeau right now. He's struggling. Nick Trudeau, remember, he has got all that damage from the guy on his outside getting loose and chasing it down. That was the number 1 of David Chandler. I know David didn't mean to do it, but right now it is definitely causing issues for that 89 truck. But right now, Brandon Dunford continuing to show the way here, but we are going to have a battle on our hands here between himself and that 87. Tetro, has he saved enough tires right now? He is starting to run him down. You saw him at one point, 0.8 seconds behind your leader, but now under half a second. Trying to do everything he can to try to get up there. Not sure why that's on time, but let's get it back up there. And now your leaders are going to have to deal with lap traffic. JD Larson up into the wall. Trying to give him as much room as he could, puts it up into the wall. Definitely a heads up move by JD Larson to get out of the way, but you didn't have to get that far out of the way, buddy. But all of that allowed for Dunford to pull away. Almost a second here is your lead on lap 82 of 200. Closing in on here on the halfway mark here at Phoenix, the 2008 version. That is why this track looks a lot different to you, because this is a lot different configuration than we have now. The front stretch. Now, back at the actual front stretch right now where the drivers are coming out of, that's where the start-finish line is as well. The dog leg is still the grassy knoll that it was back in the day. We're taking it back a decade here. Back to the old Phoenix ways. So these drivers do not have that dog leg to cut down into. Robert Babcock, another driver that did not have the great race that he was hoping for. -6 positions. He's back here in the 18th spot. He definitely has not had the best of luck these last two races. We've said it a couple times last week at Auto Club. He started on the outside of the front row in second, but definitely did not have a good race, no doubt about it. But, well, we're going to lose him for a second. It's going to jump to the scenic camera. Not sure why it did that, but yeah, Robert Babcock trying to recover, but he has got a lot of recovering to do here in this one. But coming to complete lap 85 here tonight, Brandon Dunford coming out of turn number 4 is going to lead him back to the start-finish line. But we're going to step away here for a quick break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here to continue. Never mind, caution is out. Robert Babcock, we were just talking about him in the number 99, has crashed and brought out the caution for the 5th time tonight here on the front stretch, and everybody's learning. You can see him now all on the brakes. He's holding his line there, waiting for everybody to go by, but the 99 of Babcock back around in this one. Let's back it up here and see what happened. I didn't think he was really racing anybody. I could be wrong. As J.D. Larson on his inside line. A little bit of racing incident there. They kind of met in the middle. J.D. Larson came up, but Robert Babcock also came down. Big move by the 3 to avoid him. He made contact with the wall. But, hey, it's easier. It's better to make a little bit of contact with that outside wall than go head on with somebody. But caution, back out on the track here in this one. 5th time tonight that pace car has had to gather the field back up. That pace driver definitely getting his workout here tonight, no doubt about it. But pit road is going to be a busy place. The last time these drivers pitted was on lap 40. Well, they went 47 laps here tonight. That is longer than I thought they could on these tires. Because like I said during practice, you couldn't get 30 laps out of these tires and you were blowing them. But these guys, 47 laps here. Brandon Dunford is going to lead them down. Let's jump to your pit lane camera and see who's going to get the win off pit road. You see Dunford, the right side of the truck going down. The left side going up now. Same on the 87 behind him. That's Tetro. They're going to come out bumper to bumper. Here comes the 65 of Mitch Diamond for 3rd. It's going to be Tucker getting 4th, David Chandler 5th. And side by side out back with Branson as well. He's going to beat out Menzies and Tuluk in that number 17 truck. But Dunford winning the race off of pit road is going to continue the lead here tonight. Let's pull up your weather. Up to 121 degrees Fahrenheit on that track temp. That is why these guys are slipping and sliding as much as they are. 4-mile-an-hour wind with the air temp of just 75. So with the track temps being so high, that means these tires have very little grip. And when these tires have very little grip, these drivers got a handful of that truck, trying to keep it straight coming off of these turns and trying to not slide up into the guy on the outside. Something we've seen a lot of these guys doing tonight. And unfortunately, it's a part of racing. But 121 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the hottest we have seen the track so far in 3 weeks here on the iRacing server here for NEXXTCAR. Even last week in Auto Club, California, the track was only 80, 90 degrees. So big change with these guys tonight. They have got their hands full. But looking back on the field from the number 19 truck, Brandon Dunford. Looking back at the 87 and everyone else as they're going to start gridding up here. You can see everybody getting into their lines. The 87 jumping to the outside. Matt Tucker into 25 going to the outside as well. Mitch Diamond in that 65 going to be restarting behind your leader. But that caution came out at a good time for some of these guys because these tires were definitely starting to struggle. But lights are back off on this pace car as he leads them back through the dogleg one more time. Coming to complete lap 90. 10 laps to go to meet halfway here in this one. 5 cautions so far tonight. These drivers, it's been a fairly clean race, but the danger has been everywhere. We've seen guys get wrecked out running side by side for the lead, but green flag is going to be back out in the air, and this one is Dunford. Is going to get a huge launch. Here comes Tuck. Matthew Tucker into 25. Big move to the inside of the 87. Can he get it to stick coming out of 2? He can. They're going to be side by side heading down into the dogleg. He can't hold on as Tetro's going to clear him heading into 3, but here he comes with another big move to the inside. Trying to use those 4 fresh tires to his advantage as Mitch Diamond, still plus 17 positions in this one, rides around out back. Mitch Diamond definitely having a great race right now. He's going to get sideways just as we were talking about. He's going to pound the inside wall. Caution is going to fly once again here tonight just as we were talking about Mitch Diamond. He loses it out of 2. Oh, man. The broadcaster curse continues. We were just talking about how Mitch Diamond was having a great race tonight. Loses it on these cold, fresh tires coming out of turn number 2. He just destroys that inside wall. Major implications for that 65. Definitely not what you want to see. Like I was just saying, the danger has been everywhere tonight. Whether you're running up front or you're running in the back, it doesn't matter. You are surrounded by danger everywhere, whether it's your fault or someone else's. As we're getting word that Robert Babcock has crashed and he has jumped back onto pit road, getting towed to pit road. Jonathan Wright. We saw him in an incident battling side by side for the lead earlier through 1 and 2. Tetro slid up the track, took him out, but he's back on pit road for another stop. You can see him making that left-hander into his box. Doesn't look like he's taking any tires as neither the right or the left side of the truck goes up. Gas only for that 04 truck, and to get a little bit of damage repaired, he's going to be back underway. But back up front, Dunford and Tetro and Tucker, your top 3. And how about David Chandler? We saw him with that big save with the contact with Nick Trudeau earlier. He's going to get himself up there in the top 4. And Trenton Branson, we were talking about recoveries with Tyler Isley. But right now, Trenton Branson involved in that huge contact and caution on the backstretch as the 22 of Jimmy Emos almost went flipping in the air. The 24 of Trenton involved in that one, but right now, running back inside the top 5. Tyler Isley up there in the 9th position. He's having a pretty solid comeback race so far. Nicholas Donfrancesco after the race he put on at Auto Club, he is definitely finding himself with a solid race so far. He's second in the points right now, running in 10th. Jonathan Wright, he's just now going to come off a pit road. You can see him rejoining the track right now. He is going to be back in 11th at the tail end of the lead lap here. So these drivers definitely having their hands full tonight. We saw Matt Tucker with that big restart earlier on that high line, diving it to the inside of Tetro. Can he get another one? Let's pull him up in that number 25 Chevy Silverado. He's a veteran in NEXXTCAR. He spent 4 seasons with us over on NASCAR Heat, so he knows what the league's all about. He is a multi-race winning driver, so he knows what it takes to get it done here, especially here at Phoenix. So but can he get another big restart like we just saw him have on this last one? Lights are off on the pace car, as once again, for the 6th time tonight, it is going to lead these drivers through the dogleg under caution. Coming around this time to complete lap number 96 of 200. So just a little shy of halfway, and we have already had 6 cautions tonight. So hopefully these drivers can get it cleaned up here for the second half, and we can have some great green flag racing. I mean, we had some great racing there. 47 laps of that last green run, and these drivers have their hands full. We've said it. This track is hot. This track is slick. Well, green flag is going to be back out in this one. Big start by the 19. The 87 does not get going, and here comes Matt back on the inside of the 87. We talked about it. Can he get another good restart? Well, he just did, and now he's side by side for second. The field fanning out back. But Matt, with a big move to the inside. Can he save it? Sideways out of 4. Same with David Chandler. He's sideways. He's going to lose a position. He's going to lose a lot more than that. He's hard into the pit road wall. David Chandler was up in the top 5. We stay green as they all stack up out back behind him, but we stay green. He got loose coming out of turn 4. We were just talking about it. When the track is hot, these tires are fresh, they're slick, they're cold. You got to get them warmed up. Well, David Chandler saw the 25 get loose in front of him, and he did the same thing. Just was not able to. What a move by the 17, barely missing him. But David Chandler falling all the way back now to the 12th position. He's got the 2 truck of Andrew Bolander in front of him. But Bolander, who had a huge iRacing update, same with Toby Kelsey, out here just for experience for tomorrow's Next Gen Cup race, is currently running 18th, 20 laps down. But back up front, Brandon Dunford has pulled away by 0.9 seconds over Tetro, and Matt Tucker has fallen way back, 2.2 seconds behind him now. And another driver who is coming out here to try to get some experience for tomorrow night, that is Toby Kelsey. We saw him in practice. He was running. He had the top second best lap, but right now he is finding himself way in the back, couple laps down. But Brandon Dunford continuing to show the way as we are now officially halfway through this race tonight in the NEXXTCAR Truck Series. It's been an eventful one so far. 6 cautions here tonight in this one. So 98 laps down is Kelsey. So just out here to try to gain some positions on guys that are crashed out and just try to gain some experience for tomorrow night. I don't think he needs it, but you never know. But a beautiful looking number 51 Toyota DeWalt Tundra there. But we haven't really talked about his comeback so far, and that is the number 3 of Robert Hassan. The man got into the wall a couple times with that right front coming from Westland, Michigan. And here he is back up here in that top 5 in the number 3 Gear Wrench Chevrolet behind Peyton Tulloch. Oh, he's going to get sideways. I need to stop talking about people with great comebacks and having a great race because we just about cursed another one. And he got really sideways. Another big save by that number 3 truck. Man, we are jinxing everybody out here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to talk about anybody anymore because now I feel like it's going to lead to their demise. But right now, Dunford continuing to lead. But he is going to have some lap traffic ahead of him in that number 65 truck. The 65 of Mitch Diamond, who was having himself a great race. He was the biggest mover of the race. Definitely right now not looking to get the result he was hoping for. 2 laps down in 16th. We're right now several guys a couple laps down. As he's going to give way to Dunford. But you got Turner 2 laps down. Larson 1 laps down. Trudeau 2 laps down. Then Diamond 3. So these guys, couple big names here of NEXXTCAR finding themselves a couple laps down. Maybe none bigger than the guy we talked to in pre-race, Nick Trudeau. But Dunford's going to make easy work of that 65. And now it's all up to Jeff Tetro. Can he get past that 65 without costing himself a whole lot of time on the leader? Tucker, he's falling back here. 3.4 seconds now. So I don't know if Matt's maybe trying to save some tires or what here. But let's pull up and see just what he has done so far here. You can see he's been good compared to Tetro, except for lap 105. Caution is out once again here tonight. Toby Kelsey, one of the guys who is unable to make the start of the race, has crashed in that number 51 Toyota. Let's back it up and see what happened with the DeWalt truck, who went barrel rolling down the front stretch. Oh, man, I did not think you could go barrel rolling here at Phoenix. Got loose, overcorrected. Oh, man, up and over. 6, 7, 8, 9 times back onto his roof. Back onto his tires after flipping 10 times here at Phoenix down the front stretch. That is a ride you don't ever want to take as a driver. Let's back it up, and you know what we got to do here. We have got to jump inside that cockpit and check out the ride that driver just took. Got loose, overcorrected it right into the wall, up and over, big slide on his roof, and then just tumble rolling down the front stretch. Toby Kelsey brings out your 7th caution of the night after a remarkable ride there in that number 51 Toyota Tundra. You can see the damage on the right front. He is definitely going to have to come down and get that thing serviced. But he is 98 laps down and brought out your 7th caution here of the night. We heard it in the pre-race. A couple drivers, Bolander, your winner from last week, Kelsey also, Cole Howard also, unable to make the start of the race due to an iRacing update. And then Jimmy Emos in that 22 truck, you saw him involved in quite a few cautions to start the race. He is out as well. So a couple guys hanging it up early here tonight, but it's going to be interesting. Bocock as well is out of this one. That is Steve Bocock. So these guys taking some major points hits so far, but yeah, you're not wrong, Steve. I just need to quit talking about people. You see the 19 bump drafting the pace car through the dogleg here, coming to complete lap 110. All right, I'm getting word some of y'all need me.
What'd you say, Ronnie?
I said I'm getting word that some of y'all need me for something.
Yeah, it was about like 40 laps ago.
Sorry, yeah, I'm in the race control on Discord if y'all are able to join it. If not, I don't know what happened with Camden. Hopefully, tomorrow night we can get that figured out. He's an admin, so he should be able to run stuff, but iRacing just doing iRacing things, I guess.
We'll get it figured out.
Yes, sir. But I just went ahead and cleared Stanley Thomas. Your black flags have been cleared, and JD Larson as well, so.
Man, the 18's been having a hell of a night. No braking, been fighting the truck basically the entire race. So trying to hold on for dear life and see how we can get this done.
Yeah, everyone's having a rough night, that's for sure.
Thanks, Ronnie. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get back to it here. Green flag, pace car, back on pit road. Green flag's going to be back out in this one. Yeah, I just now saw the comment that I was needed, and like I said, unfortunately, we are not able to have our race control for some reason, so trying to do a little bit of everything once again here tonight at Phoenix. But green flag is going to be back out here on lap 112. Matthew Tucker, way down low. He's going to lose a position to both Branson and Menzies. How about Trenton Branson in that number 24 DuPont Chevy Silverado? He has worked his way back up into second. What a run he has put together after getting caught up in a couple incidents early on. Using that quick repair after the 22 just about went flipping. And he has moved up to second. Tucker going to get back by Menzies. Don Francesco now on the inside of, he was on the inside of Menzies. Now he's on the inside of Peyton in that 17 truck. And here comes the 3 of Robert Hissong. Let's jump inside that cockpit. Whoop. Let's jump inside that cockpit and see these drivers side by side in front of him heading into turn number 3. Peyton, little bit of contact with Menzies. You can see the right front damage on Menzies number 9 now. That is going to make him tight. After contact, you can see now more contact. They're going to keep it going straight down the front stretch, but beating and banging here at Phoenix like the old days of NEXXTCAR. These drivers laying it all on the line, and there is a lot of bent sheet metal here tonight. Matt Tucker's going to get clear of Trenton Branson for 3rd, but that is not over for Branson, as now he's got major heat out back. The 17 and the 3 are there, and the 17 has got major company as well from him. Let's take a look back at the 3, who's going to almost get into the back bumper of him. Whoo, that was close. That was a beautiful shot coming out of 2. I'm glad we were able to switch to that one in time because, oh, buddy, that got close for the 17 and the 3. I'm sure the 17's going to remember that one because I'm pretty sure he's going to need a change of something there. But here comes the 3 to the outside. Another tight move on the 24 to 3. Big save coming out of 2. $17 still trying to hold his own on the inside of these guys. He is putting up a big fight in that 17 truck. And the 3 still trying to power around the outside. Branson gets tight, slides up the track. That's going to open up the door for the 3 to try and clear him. He's going to clear him, and here comes Peyton on his outside. Man, these guys still continuing to run side by side. But right now, we have got ourselves a battle for the lead between Matt Tucker and Brandon Dunford. Dunford has really not been challenged all race long, But here comes Matt Tucker in the 25. Tucker has probably spent the last 118 laps learning this track, and he is putting it to work right now, trying to run down your leader, the guy who's on the way to leading the most laps once again here tonight. Can he hold on, or is he in for another heartbreaking finish? 0.3 seconds separate your leaders right now. You could throw a blanket over these guys, as Matt's going to throw it in there deep into turn 3. Tyler Isley making the big move up to 7th, passing Don Francisco and Chandler. Mitch Diamond, you see his name up at the top now, back in 16th position. Not the race he was looking for by any means. The man was on a mission, plus 17 spots from where he started when the drop of the green flag, and he was a man on a mission until he lost it coming out of turn 2, and now 3 laps down back there in that 16th position. But right now, Nick Trudeau and Turner battling for the lucky dog. Both of them 2 laps down. They're the first 2 guys a lap down. So one of those guys, if a caution was to come out, would get the lucky dog. So that's definitely going to be something that both of those drivers are aware of. So you got John Turner all the way back here in the 29. He's going to have the 51 and the 28 in between himself and Trudeau. So both of these guys battling for the lucky dog if a caution was to come out. The 51 of Toby Kelsey back out there after using his one quick repair after barrel rolling 11 times down the front stretch here at Phoenix. Didn't even know that was possible here at Phoenix, but he sure showed that it sure is. But, back up front, Dunford really starting to pull away from Tuck now. Really makes me think, did Matthew Tucker use up all his stuff trying to run him down? As now you see Tucker, a mere full of that number 3. What a rebound for Robert this has been. The caution is not out. That's going to go away in a second. There it goes. But just over half a second now separates Dunford and Tucker. His song just under a second back. Tetro, he's trying to work his way back up. He's up there in the 4th position. And here comes Peyton in the 5th position in that number 17 orange Tennessee Vols Chevrolet. A bunch of guys out here representing Tennessee as they pulled off the major upset over Alabama this past Saturday. But we just saw it. Big move by the 3 trying to get past that 25. All over his back bumper. Let's jump inside the cockpit here and see what that 3 sees heading down into turn number 1. Side by side, nose underneath his left recorder panel of Tucker. Matt's going to get the big run off that high line. No, he's going to clear him. 145 miles an hour. Here comes the 87 of Tetra around the outside. All the way down to 107 miles an hour there through turns 3 and 4. He's going to push up and he's going to keep it out of the 87. Let's jump on board Tetro. Down to 101 mile an hour on the inside of Tucker. Staying in 4th gear. I'm surprised some of these guys aren't downshifting to 3rd. I know a lot of guys were trying that out in practice, and I don't know, I thought it was kind of working a little bit, but right now maybe on these old tires that's not the thing to do, because on these old tires and with these this hot track temp, you got to be careful. There is no doubt about it, because you will get sideways and you will spin it faster than ever. But right now, these drivers still running bumper to bumper, and all that is doing is allowing Dunford to pull away just over a second and a half ahead of Tucker. Tucker continues to hold on to second. He missed last week at Auto Club, so if he's able to hold on to a good finish here tonight, this will help him tremendously when it comes to the points. Peyton, slow on the backstretch coming out of into the dog leg. He's fallen way back. Let's back it up and see what happened to him. He got up in the wall through turns 1 and 2. Just overdrove it, up into the wall he goes, and that is why he was so slow. But he's going to keep it going. We stay green. 130 out of 200 complete here tonight. Still, 70 laps to go. That's a lot of racing. Side by side as Dunford looking to put the 22 of Emos another lap down here tonight. "72 laps down is that 22 truck. But hey, I commend these guys. We saw it last week at Auto Club with Robert Babcock. These guys that stay, they get the damage fixed. Absolutely commend them, because a lot of guys don't. But I mean, I don't blame him. He was one of the first ones to crash out. Well, look at where he is in the standings right now, 20th. So he's going to get some points over some of these other guys, especially some of these guys didn't make it. We did have 26 guys tonight, so that is huge. But Brandon Dunford in that number 19. I know it shows on the ticker and tower that he's number 13, but he is 19. As Marshall Harris is the 19 truck tonight. But 2.7 seconds now your difference between first and second. Now down to 2.5 as we see another guy up into the wall. Matthew Tucker. He's going to... No, it wasn't Tucker. I think it was actually the 22 that was up in the wall there. Trying to give room to everybody. But shout out to Matthew Tucker. You see him, Dubby, all over that 25 Chevy Silverado. Another driver here in NEXXTCAR, sponsored by Dubby. Dubby just continues to keep sponsoring us, as they are the main sponsor for this league. So another driver putting Dubby on that truck. As you see the 17 back into the wall coming out of 2. Man, Peyton just cannot keep it out of that wall. And now he's probably looking at possibly having quite a bit of damage on that 17 truck. Let's see if we can't get a good look at that right side truck here. And I guess we're just going to stay up on the spotters stand for right now. That's cool. There we go. Let's check out the right side as they're going to come out of the dog leg. A little scuffed up in the right rear quarter panel, but it ain't slowing him down at all, as he is now able to pass Matthew Tucker, who now is going to fall back to 5th, but still trying to hold on to that truck. He is sideways coming out of 4. Side by side with that 65 truck. He is currently 3 laps down. That's Mitch Diamond. You got Menzies. He's going to be leaving pit road here. So green flag pit stops for a couple of these guys. The 28, something happened with the 28 there. I'm not sure what, but he was very slow there. But the 22 still trying to jockey it up with the 1. David Chandler. We saw him with the big save earlier on in this race. But now he is finding himself up there back in the top 7. The 29 truck right behind him is a couple laps down as well. He is currently sitting in, excuse me, the 14th position, 2 laps down. He is battling Trudeau right now for that lucky dog position, if another caution was to come out. Trudeau not having the best of races right now that he was wanted for. We saw him. He got that right front damage after the big save, but it just has not been his race. There's no doubt about it. John Turner way ahead of him right now. Nick Trudeau 3 seconds behind him. So Nick has got a lot of work to do in that number 89 if he's going to try and get up there and try and get a couple laps back, because, yeah, we started this race off with quite a bit of cautions, but so far it has been kind of slow with cautions. But right now, Tetro making his way up there, and that is why Dunford making a green flag pit stop, surrendering the lead over to Tetro. I was going to say, Tetro's really running down Dunford there, but that is because he is making a green flag pit stop. It's going to be interesting to see what does this do for the rest of the field. Do they stay out or do they come down and play into the hand of Dunford, who made the green flag pit stop? 4 sets of Goodyear tires on that number 19 Toyota. He's down and away with that first pit stop of pit road. Dunford surrendering the lead with coming to 57 laps to go here tonight. J.D. Larson, you see him right there behind the leader in that number 18 Monster Toyota Tundra. He is currently running around in the 11th position. He just went down a lap, so your top 10 drivers are the only ones on the lead lap right now. Matthew Erickson, the last driver on the lead lap, 23 seconds behind the leader. And here comes Tetro making his green flag pit stop. He's going to bring the 3 of Robert with them. That's going to surrender the lead over to that 17 Chevy Silverado of Peyton. Now, when does Peyton come down to make his pit stop? When does Matt come down? How about Tucker Branson all the way back here? When does he make his pit stop? If I'm these guys, Peyton, Matt, I'm coming down probably next lap. Not this lap, but next lap. They're going to stay out this lap. Are they going to make me look like I know what I'm talking about? Are they going to come down this lap, or am they going to make me look like I'm crazy? But right now, you see the 3 trying to get up to speed coming out of pit road. He is about to go down 2 laps here, but that's because the leader, the 17, has not made his pit stop. I'm sorry, I said he's going down 2 laps. It was only 1 lap. But pit cycles have commenced here. The 17 and the 25 both stay out. Whoa, the 3 barely cleared the 25 to make that move. That was a tight move by the 3. We're going to back it up here and see what the 25 was seeing. Let's jump on the nose of the 25 here. The 3 barely clear of that one. But back to live action we goes. They all stay out. Oh. Peyton's going to make his pit stop. No. Peyton did not make his pit stop. What happened? See, this is why I don't like going back when live action racing's happening. Because we miss so much. The 17 on old tires. Up into the wall trying to enter turn 3. He just overdrove the corner, up into the wall, smacks it hard in that number 17 Chevy Silverado. Tennessee smacked Alabama. Well, I think he just smacked that wall even harder. Now, the 17 really struggling, and a caution comes out. Nicholas Donfrancesco has brought out this one. Your current leader under the pit cycles. Caution comes out, and that is going to cycle everything up here. What happened to Donfrancesco? Was he trying to make it on the pit road? No, he just lost it. Right in front of the 9. That is gonna shake everything up in this one. You hate when green flag, when it all happens in the middle of green flag cycles. Let's jump on board here and see what Daniel Menzies saw right behind your leader. Great heads-up move there by the 9. Absolutely great heads-up move there. But pit road is about to get busy, and what a break for Tucker, Branson, Tulik, Erickson, and Chandler. Not having to pit under a green flag cycle. You see Tucker making his way down. Erickson staying out. Tucker's on pit road. Tulik is on pit road. David Chandler's on pit road. He's coming down to make his stop. Jonathan Wright has made it into his pit box. Branson's on pit road. He's now leaving. Peyton waiting to get that damaged fixed on that number 17 Chevy after putting it into the wall a couple times there. Definitely not what you want to see there if you're a fan of that number 17 truck. But unfortunately, it's all part of racing. But major implications for Peyton, who is still sitting on pit road waiting to get that damaged fixed. But caution comes out in the middle of the green flag pit cycle, and Matt Erickson has been handed the lead as Brandon Dunford, the guy who dominated most of this race so far, is in second, Robert third, Matt Tucker fourth, and Trenton Branson fifth. Now, how does it all fare out here with Tucker and Branson? The guys in front of him, Matthew Erickson, they pitted on lap 108. Dunford pitted on 140. Robert and the number 3 pitted on lap 143. Tucker, Branson, Tetro, Chandler, Wright, and Nicholas Don Francesco have all pitted here on lap 149. So these drivers, especially Matt Erickson in that number 28 Ford F-150, is going to have his hands full on these old tires. But when can Matt Tucker and the rest of these guys on 4 fresh tires make their move? It's lining up perfectly for them. I don't think that these drivers are really going to have to pit anymore, as we have come into 48 laps to go this time. Lights are off on the pace car. He is leading them once again for the 8th time tonight through that backstretch dogleg. Matthew Erickson. We have seen it several times last week, even earlier on in this race, when the leader spins those tires coming to the restart. He is on some really old tires compared to everybody else. Last time he pitted was lap 108. So he is going to have his hands full in this one. Brandon Dunford, the guy who dominated last race at Auto Club, well, he didn't come away with the victory. It was Bolander, another guy he dominated. But put that behind you. Green flag's back in the air. The 19, he spins the tires. The 25 is a big victim. He's going to fall back. Trent Branson's going to get turned into one's going to go around as well. Caution's going to fly back out in this one. And that was all product of several guys spinning the tires out front. Nick Trudeau in the 89 involved in this one. Caution back out for the 9th time here tonight. And it all started with the one of David Chandler. Let's back it up because, ladies and gentlemen, that was not pretty. It all started with people spinning their tires. You can see right there on that high line, the 19 spinning his tires. The 24 did not get going, and that stacks everything up behind him. Watch him. Green flag is out. The 24 did not get going. The 1 hard on the brakes. You saw his nose dive. The 24 slams on the brakes big time. I'm not sure why the 24 slammed on the brakes right there, but he definitely did. You can see the nose of his car dip down right there. It's like he brake checked the 1. Let's ride. Let's jump inside the 1 car or the 1 truck right quick. Let's back it up here to the actual restart. You could hear him. He was out of the gas several times. Now, let's jump on Branson's point of view. Let's pull up his dashboard and watch his speeds and everything. Actually, I guess we can't. They checked up in front of him. Wow. They checked up in front of him and he hit the brakes. Major carnage here tonight at Phoenix. Well, Matt Erickson is going to come down and he is going to get those 4 fresh tires. Definitely needed after that one, because that was not a good... I mean, he didn't really cause any issues on that restart. Maybe that's what checked up that inside line. I don't know. But that was not pretty. There's no doubt about it. Trenton Branson was putting down one heck of a race here tonight too. But unfortunately, just another driver not going to get the result that was definitely in his hands tonight. But he's going to get that damage fixed, and away goes that number 24 DuPont Chevy. So he's going to be able to possibly try to stay on the lead lap. No, he is not. He is going to be scored 1 lap down. With the way tonight's going, Trenton, keep your head up, buddy, because you are more than likely going to get that lucky dog. But Trudeau, 15th. Mitch Diamond in 16th. 2 other guys not looking to start their iRacing season off this way. But they got to put it behind them here as these drivers are lining back up here. Why is everybody all starting on the inside line? Or any outside line, rather. I don't know. That's weird. iRacing must be making them start in that high line. But lights are off on that pace car, as he is going to lead them for the 9th time tonight through this dogleg down into turn number 3. Alright, apparently iRacing is going to make these drivers go single file. iRacing, single file restart. Green flag is going to be back out in the air here at Phoenix. Single file restart. All right. Big restart for Dunford. Tucker in second. He's going to be pulling away from Robert. Single file restart here, just like 2008 at Phoenix. Here comes Matthew Tucker in the 25. Got to be careful on these 4 fresh tires here, especially when the track temp is as high as we have seen it tonight. Let's pull it up. It's dropped to 112 degrees, and caution is out once again as Nicholas Donfrancesco in the 48 Lear Chevy is going to go around again tonight. One of the guys who definitely earned the victory last week at Auto Club, once again, not the race he's wanting here tonight. We were talking about a cool 4 fresh tires, got loose, bobbled, saved it, then nosed it into the pit lane. But man, 40 laps to go this time. 10th caution of the night for these drivers. We knew Phoenix was going to be a crazy one, but man, Trenton Branson is going to be back on the lead lap with this lucky dog. Big break for that number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. We're going to have to jump into chat real quick, and I think we're going to have to take care of something real quick. On that last restart, did iRacing make you guys go single file?
Yes, they did.
All right. When you guys start gridding, I'll make it double file restart.
What'd you say, Ronnie?
Just follow what the screen tells you. Y'all got, what, 2 laps left till green?
Yes. Well, it just says pit lane open, so there's kind of the 2 to go.
Copy. Well, we're going to take care of this, so we're not doing a double or a single file restart again. The lights are still on the pace car, so 2 to go this time. Waiting for them to come back and the lights go off on the pace car so we can make it a double file or double file restart. But Brandon Dunford continues to show the way here tonight in that number 19 Magellan Toyota Tundra. Matt Tucker, he's having a pretty solid race so far up there in second. Robert, big comeback for him as well. Tetro back there in fourth. Jonathan Wright back up there. We saw him get taken out while battling for the lead with Tetro in that 87, who's going to be right in front of him. So this is going to get interesting. Let's see if it's making them do a single file restart. Are you guys doing double or is it making you all do single?
Yeah.
Yeah, to which one?
Doubles.
Sweet. All right, well, it's making them do a double, which is good. But for another time here tonight, that pace car has been busy. These guys have had to fuel these trucks up several times tonight. Well, I hope they don't forget to fuel up that pace car because it has been busy here today at Phoenix. Hopefully tomorrow night we don't have the same result, but here they come back through 3 and 4 one more time here under pacing speed. Coming to complete lap 163 of 200 here at Phoenix. I said it in the pre-race. These drivers were going to have their hands full as Phoenix was going to present its challenges. Well, it sure has. But green flag is going to be back out in the air here at Phoenix. The 25 spins the tires. You saw his truck wiggling back and forth. Big spin. The 3 is going to move up the track in front of the 87. He's going to open up the door for the 04 of Jonathan right underneath the 87. Remember, those two wrecked, battling for the lead. Hard into the wall goes David Chandler. I'm sorry, that wasn't David Chandler. It may have been the 65 behind him, but back up front, we still got side by side between, actually they're going to get figured out the front. 8, 9 guys, all single file here. Now here comes Tyler Isley trying to get on past John Turner in the 29. John Turner back on the lead lap after a couple laps down, back up there in 7th. We talked about it. Trenton Branson back on the lead lap in this one as well. That's why you never give up, folks. And in 13th, I hope he sees what happened to Trenton, but Peyton Tulik in that 17 truck. That thing looks like it went through a shredder tonight. but he's still out there chugging along in that Tennessee Chevy Silverado. But right now out front, it's all Dunford, just under half a second ahead of Tucker. Side by side for fourth between the 3 and the 04. For third, rather. Here comes the 87 Tetra. Where does he go? He's going to go to the inside of the 3. Big move. Here comes the 04 trying to clear the 3, but the 3 powering to the outside. 87. How patient does he be behind these two running side by side, knowing that the guys out front are going to continue to pull away with them running side by side? But they're going to get it sorted out. The 3 is going to fall back to fourth. But here comes Tetro on the inside at 87. He's going to back out, trying to not force it 3 wide. Big battling going on out back as well, right around Nicholas Don Francesco between himself and Tyler Isley for 8th. Nick really drives it in there deep behind the 10. So does the other Nick in the 89. Nick side by side with Kelsey. 2 laps down is that 89 truck. The 51, you see it on your screen right now, 98 laps down. Nick's into the wall in that Mountain Dew truck. It's hard to miss that bright pink Mountain Dew truck, but back up into the wall he goes. He had a pretty solid race going for him until a little bit of contact between himself and David Chandler took him out of this one. But back up front, Dunford continues to pull away from Tucker, who continues to pull away from Wright. But right now, Tetro and Menzies continue to battle. Or, Tetro and Robert, sorry, not Menzies. Menzies, over 1.5 seconds behind them. But here comes Tetro. Jeff, trying to make the move. Robert, not going to give up that position easily, trying to get that outside momentum. The 3, it looked like went up into the wall there a little bit. Here comes Jeff on the inside. Robert not giving that position up easily. He wants this 4th spot. They're going to continue to battle side by side, bumper to bumper here for 4th as the top 3 drivers continue to pull away. Almost a whole second behind 3rd, these two are. What a comeback so far for Jonathan Wright in that 04 Tide Ford F-150. He has definitely had a big up and down race so far, but Daniel Menzies right now, plus 12, is scored your biggest mover of the race right now, running in that 6th position. So kudos to him. He continues to show the way here from Richmond, Virginia in that Toyota Tundra. But he's got a mirror full right now of the 29 of John Turner behind him. Here comes Turner trying to make that dive to the inside. Not going to be able to do it. Turner's also getting pressure from Nicholas Don Francesco behind him from Stoughton, Virginia. Don Francesco's going to back off a little bit. Into the wall goes the 48. We've seen a couple guys do that here tonight. We saw Peyton do that earlier. That put him down a lap. And we saw major time last week at Auto Club. A lot of guys getting into that wall. They were blaming it on the sunset, which in the Cup race, we were seeing it. Don Francesco sideways heading into turn 1. Big save. Big save by the 48 truck. Now, trying to have to work his way back by Kelsey in the 51 and try to get back up to the bumper of Turner, not Taylor, sorry. But back up front, Dunford, 1 second and 1.3 seconds, but he's got lap traffic of JD Taylor behind or in front of him, but JD is going to stay out of the way and let the leader go. JD Larson playing smart racing here tonight at Phoenix. When a race isn't going your way, you just move on and let the guys go. But 3 wide down the front stretch with the lapped car heading into turn number 1. Side by side, they continue it into turn number 1. That's Tucker and Wright. Tucker got tight. We got caution out back to 3. drove it up off the corner. He's going to nose it into the inside wall. He's going to come back out on the track. We stay green. No caution. Caution now comes out. He just overdrove the corner up into the side of J.D. Larson. Tyler Isley's crashed as well with the 48 at Don Francisco. We got a couple cautions to go check out here. First off, since we saw what happened with the 3, let's check out what happened with him, with Tyler. Oh, the 48 up into the wall, back down in front of the field. Nick on the brakes, locked him up, but couldn't do anything with it. Man. One caution leading to another. You hate to see that for Tyler, who was rebounding nicely. Wait a minute. What happened? That's right, that was the 3 that wrecked. Hold on. We got a lot to check out right now. Right here's the 48. Oh, Toby on his inside. He came down into Toby. Toby was on his inside heading through the dogleg. And that's what caused Tyler his incident. You hate to see it, you really do. But let's go jump on Robert here and watch him come out of turn number 2 and just right into the side of J.D. Larson. JD's doing a good job getting out of everybody's way. Once again, up top, but a little slow coming out of turn 2. And I don't think the 3 was expecting that. But caution out once again here at Phoenix for the 11th time. Coming to 21 laps to go here. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to clear all the black flags. But definitely not the night for a bunch of these guys tonight. There is no doubt about it. But Peyton Tulik getting back on the lead lap. We saw him 1 lap down. Well, now he should be back on the lead lap here. Once he gets that number 17 truck fixed. He's going to have a lot of damage, but you see him rolling away right now. The lights are off on the pace car as he is going to lead the guys through turns 1 and 2. Not sure what's happening with a lot of these guys. They're looking a little slow. I was about to extend the caution, but we're not going to do that as they are coming to 20 laps to go this time here at Phoenix. Green flag back in the air here tonight. Big start by the 19. 20 to go. Here comes the 87 of Jeff. Matt Tucker stuck behind the 04. He did not get a great restart. Matt Tucker trying to work his way back up there. Does anybody have anything for that 19 truck tonight? Brandon Dunford looked like he was on his way to victory lane last week at Auto Club after leading the most laps. But Andrew Bolander made sure of that with those 4 fresh tires that he ran him down. Well, now, Dunford has got major competition up front here for this lead. Wright and Tetro, you saw those two. Major issues earlier battling for the lead. Jeff, unable to hold it down on that yellow line earlier, slid up and took out Wright. Now, Wright back to battling for the lead. Matt Tucker, sideways off of 4. He's going to hit the pit road wall. Heartbreak for the 25 Chevy. We stay green. Heartbreak for the 25 of Matthew Tucker. But back up front we go. Side by side for the lead. Dunford and Wright with lap traffic in front of them. We were wrong. We said Peyton was going to get his lap back. Well, he did not. As you see the 5 way out of the groove, letting the leaders go as we have seen them. A lot of issues here. But right now, Daniel Menzies has just ran his personal best tonight. So these guys starting to pick up the pace here tonight. He's up in 4th. But Jonathan Wright, man, Brandon Dunford, once again the race that could have been, now finds himself battling with that 87, just under a second behind the leader. Matt Tucker all the way back in 10th after a heartbreak here on the front stretch coming out of turn number 4. He's not going to want to talk about it at pre-race or post-race, but we're going to have to cue him up post-race and see just what all transpired there. But good God, Jonathan Wright pulling away from Jeff Tetro here. Now just over a second. Dunford now 1.3 behind him. Here comes Menzies and here comes the 3 of Robert. The 19 slips up big time. Dunford did not pit under those last pit stops. The 9 going to slide up, but they're all going to keep it going straight. The 19, I just said, did not pit under those last pit stops. So he is on old tires. The last time he pitted was on lap 140. Everybody else, lap 177. The 9 slides up the track. Contact with the 19. He's going to lose a couple more positions. Back to 5th goes the 19. Going to be interesting to see what does he do if he gets up there to the 9. We've heard a couple guys already tonight talk about retaliation. Well, does the 19 come after the 9? I know the 19's on old tires, but the 9 slid up a little bit. But that's all part of racing. Turner back into the inside pit road wall coming out of 4. We've seen a couple of guys up there in the top 5, top 6 having issues with that. Tucker was just in front of him. He did it a couple laps prior, and now Turner's going to do it. But man, Dunford back in 5th. Peyton still in 11th, 1 lap down. Trenton Branson now up in 7th. 6th, rather. 4.7 seconds behind your leader. Right now, 0.82 separates Wright and Tetro. These two drivers have had their issues tonight. Caution flies out once again. David Chandler involved in this one. Toby Kelsey also involved. Caution flies for the 12th time tonight here at Phoenix. You guys know what we got to do. We got to back it up and see what happened. Toby gets into the wall, comes down into David. You hate to see it. You really do. Lapped cars have played a huge impact tonight. We knew it was going to here at Phoenix. Well, it's all part of racing, I guess. But Peyton Tulik, the big break here in this one, getting his lap back on the lead lap is at number 17 Chevy. He wanted to see that caution, but I guarantee you David Chandler did not, as you see him making his way to his pit box. I don't know if David's had to use his quick repair or not, but he's going to get those right side tires put on, left side tires put on, and he is going to have to wait for that damage to be repaired. So, yes, the 1. Man, you hate to see it. Major implications. Running good, but another driver possibly not going to get the finish he should have. But you see another guy back on pit road, Matt Tucker in the 25. He, big save, made some major contact with that pit road wall, but he's going to come down pit road, and he is going to try and salvage some sort of good finish here tonight. Still inside that top 10, but we still got a long way to go here. 10 laps to go here at Phoenix. Another guy that's glad to see that caution come out was indeed sorry about that. Had to take care of something real quick. As I was saying, someone that was glad to see that caution come out was Brandon Dunford in that number 19. He was falling back big time on those old tires. Well, he has come down and he now leads the field with the 4 fresh tires in the 6th position. So these guys in front of him, yeah, they pitted on lap 177. So they got 13 lap older tires. That makes a difference here at Phoenix. It really does. You see the 19 swerving back and forth, trying to clean those tires off, trying to get a little bit of heat into them, but they should be coming back to 1 to go this time here. The lights on the pace car should be going off this time. And they do. Double file restart. Coming to 7 laps to go this time here at Phoenix. This is where it's gonna get wild. Jonathan Wright, Jeff Tetro, Robert Hissong, Daniel Menzies, and Trenton Branson, your top 5. A bunch of NEXXTCAR rookies with 1 NEXXTCAR veteran in that number 24 of Trenton Branson. He knows how to get it done here in NEXXTCAR. He's a multi-race winner as well. He has ran a very clean race, except for that one incident where he had to come down and get the fast repair. But other than that, he has ran a very quiet race. The back fender or the back bumper of that truck's beat up, but that don't matter now. 7 laps to go this time here at Phoenix. The 04 now in control of the field. Green flag back in the air. The 87 spins his tires. You can see him wiggling back and forth, trying to get traction. Here comes the 3 underneath them. Here comes the 19 with those 4 fresh tires. He's going to take it through the middle on the outside. Trenton Branson did not get a good restart, but the guy that did is that 19. No doubt about it, he's going to get a beautiful restart. Brandon Dunford, the 87 of Tetro up into the wall. Here comes Dunford on those 4 fresh tires. 6 to go. Dunford let one slip away last week. He's got 4 fresh tires. He doesn't dare let that happen tonight. Does he have what it takes to get past Robert and get up there and battle Jonathan for the lead and for the win? He's on the outside of the 3. Contact's made! Robert Dunford back into the wall. Brandon Dunford, I mean. Major contact. The 3 is going to hold him off. Dunford back up into the outside wall. Here comes the 9. We have seen several guys get taken out while battling on the outside for position, and another victim of it there in the 19. And that's exactly what Jonathan Wright wanted to see with 5 laps to go with this big lead. Because if that didn't happen, Dunford would have been able to run it down on those 4 fresh tires. He's still side by side for 3rd. Unbelievable. This has been a very, very physical race here tonight. Here comes Dunford. Big run out of 2. If he gets up to Robert, Robert had better be careful with 3 laps to go. Dunford Contact from the 9 to 28th around. Matt Tucker back involved in another caution. Comes out with 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go now. Oh my goodness. This has been a very physical race here through this 200 laps. That all started when Brandon Dunford and the 9 of Menzies made contact heading into 3. Dunford comes down. The 9 was loose. Nowhere for either one to go, really. Just another racing incident, but we have got to jump inside the truck of Matthew Tucker. You guys saw it. Going underneath the car in front of him. I think that was the 28 he went under. Yep, right underneath him he goes. Big damage once again on the 25. Wow. Well, it ain't been pretty. But Dunford is back up there in 3rd with the freshest tires of the field. And there goes Nick getting one of his 3 laps back. Well, this is gonna get interesting. The race has been extended to a green, white, checkered. Mitch Diamond, we're getting word, has just crashed. Well, he is now being towed to pit road. But man, Brandon Dunford, I know he wants to win this race now more than ever after everything that has happened. Robert put him up in the wall, restarting in 2nd. This is gonna get interesting here. Don't go anywhere, folks, because this is gonna be one heck of a restart. It has been a physical race so far, but these drivers are gonna get more physical. You see that 19 truck. It might not be the prettiest truck out there on the grid, but you know what? He has got those 4 fresh tires, and he is looking to use them. Same with John Turner and Matt Tucker in 5th. The 3, I'm not sure if he's showing a little displeasure there with the 04 or what. But the lights are off on the pace car. The drivers side by side for the restart. Green, white, checker to end it here at Phoenix. Brandon Dunford, probably the man who wants this win the most right now after playing a brilliant strategy game. Has the most freshest tires. Well, the 3 did not make it easy for him to get 2nd. Dunford has got to put that behind him here tonight, and he has got to put last week at Auto Club behind him as well. He's got to focus on what's at hand right now, and that is passing Robert and Jonathan. Can he get the win? He has led the most laps for the 2nd week in a row here in the NEXXTCAR Racing League here in the Truck Series. But here we go. Green, white, checkered. Green flag. Back in the air. Dunford does not get a good jump. Tuck does into 25. They're 3 wide heading into turn 1. Jonathan Wright clears the field. They're side by side out back. Dunford and Tuck. Still side by side. Dunford on outside. Tuck on the inside. Dunford's going to get the big run off that high line. But they are coming to white flag this time. Jonathan Wright has overcome a bunch of incidents tonight. He was a couple laps down, kept his head high, Right now, he is going to lead the field through the dogleg for the final time here at Phoenix Legacy, throwing it back to 2008 through 3 and 4 for the final time here. Coming to the checkered flag, the 3 of Roberts going to try and get there. He's not going to get it done. Jonathan Wright's going to win it here at Phoenix. And it's going to be John Turner getting 3rd, Brandon Dunford 4th, and Matt Tucker rounding out your top 5. Tetro 6th, Erickson 7th, Peyton 8th, Trenton Branson 9th, and Nick Trudeau rounding out your top 10.
That's good. Jonathan, that's awesome.
Just a reminder to everybody, join the Hangout chat and Discord for post-race interviews. What a race we just saw. These post-race interviews are going to be insane tonight. Man, we've got guys spinning out on the front stretch. There's a couple guys spun out besides Wright doing your burnout tonight. Man, what an incredible race we just witnessed. It wasn't the cleanest. It was a lot of beating and banging tonight. These guys put it all on the line, no doubt about it. But Jonathan Wright taking full advantage of everything that happened tonight, and he is going to come away with your victory here tonight. Phoenix has provided some interesting things tonight. There's no doubt about it. Hopefully tomorrow night the Next Gen Cup cars can do a little better. But you see Jonathan Wright burning it down here at Phoenix. But ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back to bring you guys the post-race interviews tonight. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion.
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, let's go. I don't care what they all say. That's right, I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay, we work hard, then we all play. Yeah, I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So
Just waiting on them to get everything figured out here. They're all talking to each other, trying to get everything that happened tonight figured out. I don't blame them. They're trying to, figure everything out, and absolutely love that, so these guys can get over their feuds and everything and try to not carry that into next week. But let's try and jump in here, and let's see if we can't do our post-race interviews. All right, cool. We're going to lose everything. Hold on.
Who all gets interviewed?
Johnny, there, buddy.
You there?
There he is.
Oh, we're here.
You got JD in here now.
All right, well, while John Turner is trying to figure out his mic, we're going to go back to your winner, Jonathan Wright. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, nothing much. Just chilling.
All right, man. I just mentioned it. You continue the streak here in NEXXTCAR of drivers in their first race in the series getting the win. Now, last Monday in the Cup Series at Auto Club, you did not get the finish you wanted, but tonight you came out here in your first start in the Truck Series and absolutely got it done.
Yeah, I was fast at a Auto Club. I just made some stupid mistakes and had some technical issues going on. But we got her done tonight. I didn't have the best truck. I think the 13 and the 87 and the 3 were the best 3. But I had some lucky cautions and nailed a couple of restarts, and look at there. We got us a win.
Absolutely. In racing, sometimes it's better to luck into things than be good. But you definitely had an up and down race there. You were running side by side, if I'm not mistaken, with Jeff Tetro there for the lead, and you got backed up into the outside wall there. Talk us through your rebounding moments there.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wanted to use a faster pair, but I was like, that's lap 50. So I was like, I'll wait. And I just held on to it till about 40 to go. And once I hit that faster pair, I was able to drive back up through there. So I just kind of hung around in the back of the lead lap, just chilling and trying not to get into anybody or wreck anybody's race, or hell, even me wreck again. And we was able to keep the fenders on it and get back up there.
Absolutely. What all did you learn tonight that you can possibly carry into the beasts of the Next Gen Cup tomorrow night?
Patience and perseverance. Just hang in there. There's going to be some guys drop out or get in wrecks. Just miss that and keep the fenders on it and hang around and be there at the end. Never know what might happen.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. But congrats on your first win of the season here, and look forward to talking to you some more throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Robert Hassong, I don't think he is in here yet. Yes, he is. Robert, getting that second place finish. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much.
You definitely had a very up and down race tonight. We were talking about you. I had you up on the screen, and you lost it coming out of turn 2 and nosed it into the inside wall. But what a rebound you had tonight.
Oh, you saw that?
Oh, I saw it.
I was hoping you didn't.
But
Yeah, it was a good race all the way around. Had to come back up through the field multiple times, just trying to get some strategy to play into my favor. I had about 8-10 lap fresher tires than Jonathan did, and I tried everything I could on that last restart to get by him, but he just got a good launch, and it was pretty much over at that point. And he said one thing, just please don't wreck me, and I couldn't get there to even attempt to pass him. So,
well, you definitely had a good race, starting 6th tonight, coming home 2nd. So, what does this give you throughout the rest of the season, momentum-wise, here in your first race in the NEXXTCAR League?
well, just really take it one race at a time, and really just take what the car will give you, and not make any dumb mistakes. I made a couple tonight, especially coming out of 2 and looping it to the inside wall.
Absolutely, but that is all part of racing. But congrats on that 2nd place finish. It was hard racing and well earned.
Oh, absolutely.
Moving on to your 3rd place finisher, John Turner. What's going on, buddy? All right. He must still not have that mic figured out. So if he jumps back in here, we'll talk to him. But moving on to the heartbreak once again here in the Truck Series. Brandon Dunford leading 126 laps tonight. Once again, the most in the race, but not coming home in victory lane. You got the pull, but it was a very up and down race for you tonight.
Yeah, I mean, congrats to the winner there. And want to say sorry to the 3 and the 9. Kind of got into them late in the race as well. Just made a bad call, not wanting to pit on that last time. I figured a couple, people would actually stay out to get me that buffer, but everybody decided to go. Then I was able to kind of rebound with that, last caution to have one more shot at it, I guess, and got into a couple people and, couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, no, you were a man on a mission those last couple of laps until you mentioned it. You were getting into the 3 there a little bit and up into the outside wall. But, man, I think if that didn't happen, you would have definitely gave Jonathan Wright a run for his money there.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had it. At that point, I knew I had the better tires. Like, they, kind of swallowed me up, that second to last caution we had. So I was just, trying to hold on to as many positions as I could in the hope that maybe we would have a caution again. And since we did, able to try to rebound, but just not enough.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But 4th place finish after everything we saw tonight, you got to feel pretty decent with that one.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. A little, more heartbreaking to lead that many laps and then, come in 4th. But, it is what it is. You're not going to win them all.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But best of luck to you, and look forward to next week at Kansas.
Yes, sir.
All right, moving on to your 5th place finisher, Matt Tucker.
What's going on, Ronnie?
Oh, what a interesting race you had, for the lack of better terms. You were doing great.
You're not kidding.
You were doing great. You lost it coming out of turn 4, smacked the inside pit lane wall, and then you decided to drive underneath the guy.
I mean, yeah, going off of turn 4, I was just pushing hard because I knew I had fresher tires, but I had damage from the one incident before. I forget what happened, but then pushing hard made it worse. Got the inside wall, then I was just riding behind Cat. And that other caution came out with Toby and David. And then, yeah, the next thing I knew, felt like Ryan Newman out there. So, but getting the top 5 after running top 5 almost the whole night, I'll take it.
Absolutely. Now, maybe you'll tell me, maybe you won't, because you were definitely one of the best out there with these things. But restarts, what was your secret tonight? Because you were absolutely nailing them.
Oh, I didn't feel like I was, but I don't know, just going when the leader went.
Yeah, no, if you go back and...
That last restart though, I thought I got a good launch, but I just had so much damage from getting a full truck landed on me. I had no power. So.
Well, with the way your race went, I'm pretty sure you're happy with the top 5.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. Fun racing everybody, and I'll do it again tomorrow night.
Absolutely, yes sir. Who else we got in here? Tetro. Jeff, what's going on, man?
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, buddy. You started in second, coming home 6th. It was a very up and down race for you as well. Walk us through your race tonight.
Well, before I start, I would like to apologize. Linked to the 21. I kind of took a really shallow entry into the corner. Not sure which corner, whatever, and I basically almost took him out. I basically almost took out the JD Larson, so I'm sorry about that. And 04, John Wright, I took him out. So I have some work to do with that. And I gotta definitely be a little more cleaner. But other than that, really just trying to be patient. In the meantime, keep with the fast guys. And I got caught up in a little jingle there with 20, 30 laps to go and had a lot of damage. And just I wasn't able to get back up there, but I really wanted to get that win.
Absolutely, and you showed it leading the second most laps tonight with 38, so you definitely had a fast truck tonight. There's no doubt about it, especially starting second.
Yeah, and I think where are we going next week? I'm trying to think.
Next week is Kansas.
Kansas. All right. Well, I'll have to be doing some practice there and get ready for that. And I'm hoping to, really try to finish it off and get a win.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, good luck to you.
Well, thank you.
Good race tonight.
Yep.
All right. 2 more guys I want to talk to tonight. The first one, Matthew Erickson, your biggest mover of the night. Started 17th. He's going to run up 7th. What's going on, Matt?
Hi, Ron. How's it going?
Pretty good. So walk us through your race, kind of making it through all the things that happened in front of you and coming home 7th.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a very good truck all night, and I was just trying to stay out of everybody's way and just kind of hang in there. And I got put 2 laps down. There was an incident with a couple trucks on the pace lap, and they got a black flag for passing under yellow. And then when I came to clear it, another caution came out, so I got another black flag. So worked my way back from 2 laps down and saved my fast repair till the end. And unfortunately, I should have saved it for one more caution. 25 decided to drive underneath me. So I think we just all got it bunched up running for same real estate there towards the end, but coming home 7th, I can't complain at all.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Definitely a race of the unknown tonight. There's no doubt about it. There's no safe space to be tonight, whether you're up front, in the middle of the field, or in the back. There was danger all around you. But all in all, great race tonight, buddy. Up 10 positions.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And the last guy I want to talk to, I wanted to talk to another guy, but Trenton Branson was unable to make it. But David Chandler, walk us through that restart where you got turned into the inside wall and mayhem happened around you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a good launch there, and I was up the guy in front of me, and they kind of checked up real hard, and I guess I just kind of drove in there, and we all bunched up and ended up wrecking out there. If that's the one you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate. We had a good truck all night, but I had gotten some damage after using a fast repair, and I kept myself on the lead lap, but we just weren't, fast after that. I could never actually clear all the damage that I have, and then we kind of got into a bit of an incident there with Toby hitting the wall and unfortunately collected me in it as well. But it was a good race. Huge props to Jonathan. Y'all raced really good out there. A lot of guys did some really good racing, so just want to congrats them.
Absolutely, buddy. You started 7th. You're going to come home 15th, so not the outcome you wanted, but hey, move on to Kansas, I guess, huh?
move on to Kansas, and we'll shoot for it tomorrow as well. Not as good in the Cup cars at this track, but we'll do our best.
Yes, sir. 13 cautions tonight. So far, that has been a league high. Hopefully, we can get it all cleaned up here, and let's check out your standings here tonight. Right now, Matthew Erickson still leading by 9 points over John Turner in second, Nicholas Don Francisco third, JD Larson. He didn't have the greatest outcome tonight, but still holding strong in that top 5, 12 points ahead of Christopher Thomas in fifth. But guys, that is going to do it for this one here at Phoenix Legacy. It was an interesting race, no doubt about it. But these guys definitely showed that they can handle it, and hopefully we can clean it up tomorrow night. They did that at Daytona. Hopefully we can learn what the mistakes made today and clean it up for tomorrow night. But that is going to do it for this one, guys.